and thanks for coming along this afternoon. The purpose of this session was really to tell you all a little bit more about this opportunity and give you the chance to ask any questions. I will be accompanied here today by a few people, by Fabrizio, who's probably emailed you all with the details already and makes it all happen, and hopefully by Ishani and Gianluca, who are two founders from the previous cohort, and you have the chance to ask them questions as well. Feel free to put questions in the chat as we go, but I'll get to them at the end probably because I think there'll be quite a few people joining. So I just wanted to start by providing some context for the AI Accelerator. It's one of the flagship activities in a much wider programme of data-driven entrepreneurship support here at the university. And actually many of the companies who've taken part in the AI Accelerator previously have also benefited from some of these other support initiatives, either because they've grown up through and come out of the Venture Builder Incubator, which is an earlier stage support programme, or they've perhaps used one of the PhD students that we have a PhD, the Digitech Work Placement Programme places PhD students with companies who can benefit from them. So there's a much wider kind of ecosystem of support here. I wanted also to cover a few of the benefits initially of taking part. Firstly, we pay a stipend. The exact amount is still to be confirmed. I expect it will be between £5,000 and £10,000 for taking part in the programme. We don't take any equity for that. We have a big investment focus as part of the programme as well. We don't invest in companies, but we will have activities which help you to get investment, whether that's thinking about your investment strategy, understanding the investment landscape, or intros and one-to-ones with investors. We also have, whoops, going the wrong way, definitely the wrong way. We have some good links into networks. So obviously the academic network at the university, the data-driven innovation hubs, for example, the Usher Institute for Population Health Data Science can be a useful contact for those of you in the kind of global health area. Links into the School of Informatics, the Business School, and also some of the more commercial facing staff of the university. The other network aspect, of course, is the cohort themselves. So taking part in the programme puts you together with kind of like-minded individuals, which can be a really useful support network. And also the university's wider networks with big business and corporates and things, which is extensive. Another benefit is the skills. So we focus on equipping founders and their teams with the right commercial skills that they need to grow. But there's also potential to reach into the kind of more specialist and technical skill side with access into the university talent pipeline too. Finally, another benefit is the office space in the bays, which is a lovely space. It's populated with startups, with innovation offices of big companies, academics. It's a real mix, and we have our own desk space and access to meeting rooms, and there are regular community events have started back up now, which is great. If every month there's something going on. The other thing I wanted to cover is something about the application process. We are now actually unbelievably halfway through our 6-week window, so there's about 3 weeks left to apply, and applications will close on the 26th of May. We'll be aiming to let people know during the week commencing the 6th of June if we're inviting you to take part in the selection panel, which the panels will take place on the 20th and 21st of June, and they'll consist of a 3-minute pitch, and then the panel will ask you questions, and we'll aim to let you know if you've been successful by the end of July, and the programme will launch in September. Cover the criteria, and apologies, I know I'm whizzing through all this, but there's quite a lot to cover, and I want to get to the questions and to Ashani and Gianluca, and maybe Ashani's cat too. So the selection criteria we have, one of the main criteria is you must be using some kind of flavour of AI. So that might be utterly foundational for your business model, or it might be what's giving you the competitive advantage, or something new that you've introduced. We are very open to international applications. We'd love international applications because to sustain the really high quality of the tech sector here, we want to attract the most exciting companies, but we do want you to be here. We need you to attend the sessions face-to-face. We won't all be face-to-face. We're expecting about 40% of sessions will be face-to-face just now, and we will try and have face-to-face weeks where we kind of group activities that are in person rather than online, but we do expect you to be here for those. In terms of the stage, we're not about setting up, we're about kind of scaling up. So we're looking for incorporated companies. Ideally, you've raised a bit of funding and a bit of revenue. That's not essential. The kind of more important thing is about your potential and the potential to grow. And inevitably, companies will have perhaps good experience in one area, but have gaps in others, and that's fine because people learn from each other. And someone who's got a lot of experience of fundraising maybe has less experience in growing a team. So it's all a bit of a sharing experience. And we're not tied to any specific tech readiness level, but we do want companies to have some sort of MVP. The sector is really, we're open, but it's based on the themes this time round. This is a new thing for us. And the themes are health, climate, and AI for good. They're quite broad, so they can encompass lots of different things. The climate one, you could be solutions ranging from recycling, reuse, industrial production, end consumer goods. There's a lot of options. And equally in health, we could be looking at mental health, we could be looking at drug discovery, so we could be looking at individual well-being or population level health. It's a broad category, but the broadest still is probably AI for good, where we could be considering, we're quite open as to what that actually means. It could be ethical use of AI or using AI to address existing inequalities or explainable AI. In terms of the technical fields here, as I mentioned, you've got to be ticking the AI box. The other technologies there, we've put on it really because they are other core areas that the Bayes Centre, where we're based, has as kind of research themes. If you can tick those boxes, that's great, but that's not essential. But we put it on as an indication of where we kind of have that capability. So moving on to the actual programme content. This is an example. It's intended to provide a flavour rather than be exactly what we're doing. The programme won't be totally fleshed out at the start either, because we want to keep some elements which we can tailor to reflect the needs of the cohort. We don't want to be just a sausage machine, because although we need to kind of balance the need to provide skills across all the relevant skill sets, at the same time as focusing in on companies' individual challenges and requirements. There's a big emphasis on one-to-ones, which are really useful in allowing people to focus on their own individual challenges. And there's also potential for us to put on bespoke activities, either for sort of small groups or for you and your team. If you have got a real area of need, we are potentially able to organise workshops and sessions with people for to specific focus on your challenges. I mentioned that we're kicking off mid-September, so we'll have our face-to-face welcome in Edinburgh then, and we are expecting to go to London a couple of times in October and in February. Most of our activity will be concentrated on a Wednesday and Thursday, which just makes it easier again if people are travelling. And as I say, we will have a combination. There will be some activities that are online only, some that are hybrid, and some that are face-to-face, roughly, probably evenly split. Okay, I apologise because that is quite a broad run through, a quite quick run through. Just before I go on to some of the case studies and questions, I wanted to just quickly cover what we expect from you. So I mentioned the face-to-face and the being there and the taking part. We do, of course, you get more out of it the more you put in. In terms of time commitment, and you can ask Ishani and Gianluca if this is about right, but we say roughly 6 hours a week. and any travel and accommodation expenses you pay for yourself through your stipend, which should more than cover it. So that's it from me. I am looking to see if anyone has put questions in the chat. They haven't yet. Do feel free to put questions in, but I think we will move straight to the case studies and people can put them in as we go. Can I ask Gianluca, who's the founder of Indigo AI, to tell us a little bit about his journey and his company and his time on the Accelerator? Gianluca.
Ciao, Katie. Ciao. And hello, everyone. So happy to be here and so happy to see you again. Actually, I will explain you in one sentence what Indigo does, but also I want to highlight the value that I took from the program that is amazing and made me, allowed me actually to really come to Scotland, because I'm a founder of an Italian company. The Italian company is called Indigo AI, and is a platform that is B2B, software as a service, that use deep learning and virtual assistant in order to improve the communication between businesses and users. So actually, our customers are using our solution to increase the customer experience they offer, to gather customer insights out of the conversation using artificial intelligence, and last but not least, of course, do some cost saving. We are working with many businesses all over the world in any kind of industry, such as Santander Consumer Bank, Bayer, Sanofi, Lavazza, Just Eat. All of those are our customer. And we have also 2 customers in UK that are Bayer or Lavazza, so 2 huge references. The moment in which I decided to join the Accelerator, or the AI Accelerator program, was one actually of the best choices I ever made so far, for a lot of reasons. First, we are an Italian company. The venture capital market is not so developed in Italy. And so actually that was an opportunity, an amazing opportunity to come to a place that is actually exploding in a good way from the venture capital perspective and the business opportunities. So what's happening in Edinburgh, I really feel that is exciting. And actually the AI Accelerator put me in the right place, in the right moment, with the right people. So actually without it, it would have taken years in order to take all of the knowledge that I made in the last 6 months. Of course, it's not only about that, but it's also about the talents that the University of Edinburgh is giving to you, because we met amazing people. Also, the meetings that we had with the other startups in the cohort was an opportunity to grow, not only as a company, but also as a founder, because I really learned a lot how I can improve my management practice, I can improve my ceremonies, and so on. From the operational perspective, Katie and Fab were amazing. So every time I had some problems, some needs, they were really keen to help us. Actually, I was traveling. I'm one of the startups that is coming from abroad. So every time I have come to the Bias Center, which we had some desk actually for the acceleration program, and everything was so easy and smooth. So it was so important for me to be in the right place with the right mob, and thanks to Katie and Fab, I did it. So, and also knowing amazing people like Ishani, and ciao Ishani.
Thank you very much.
I don't know, Kate, if you want that I talk about something else, something in particular, but I guess.
Well, I think there's a few questions coming in. So I think if there's any questions for Shani or Gianluca, if you can just note that as you type them in the chat, and I'll just let Shani come in and make any points she wants to add to that. Thank you, Gianluca.
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm Ishani, the founder and CEO of Casino Tech, and I was on the same cohort as Gianluca, I think. So just to give a very quick brief about what we do, we are 3D printing tumors using patient biopsies, isolated cells, primary cells, etc., to provide a platform for rapid, ethical, sustainable, and accurate drug testing. So the AI Accelerator, I think, for Casino Tech came at a very right time for us, because we were at the stage when we were starting to look for investment, but we were also thinking about scaling up our scaling up journey. And I think the kind of support that we got throughout the process, the kind of sessions we had really helped me and the team as well to get that knowledge and to have an idea of how to actually scale up the business from a startup. So I think that was really, really helpful for us. I think I really found particularly the pitching and the investment related sessions really helpful for me, because I was at the time when I was looking for investment. So it was really apt. And we had some great pitching sessions, which I got some great feedback from, and that really helped me shape my investment pitch to investors. Yeah, we actually very shortly after the Accelerator ended, we closed our investment round as well. So it was really really good for us, and it was very positive. It was the right direction. And then the second thing I actually really appreciated was the networking and the contacts we got, who we are still in contact with. And the connection to Asho's Institute, I think, was very good for Casino Tech, especially because we got introduced to quite a lot of surgeons. And we are continuing conversations with them to validate our models for personalized medicine testing. So what our ambition is to be able to use or combine AI alongside these models that we develop, and have a very accurate analysis. And I think the AI Accelerator gave us the right tools to kind of think in that direction and go more towards personalized medicine testing. So I think that was really useful for us. And then Katie and Fab are fantastic. So they're always ready to answer any questions and help in any way. And they don't mind if you pester them. So please do pester them, because you will get very good connections and contacts from them, and they're very nice in terms of helping out in any way possible. So yeah, and of course, as Gianluca mentioned already, we had a great cohort, lovely people, met some amazing people that we're still in touch with, and will continue to stay in touch with and form potential collaborations with as well.
Thank you very much, Ishani.